what Bitcoin is and where it's positioned in the future. It's the snowball effect. It's the snowball effect.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever and wherever you may be tuning in from. My name is Darian J. Welcome to my humble little studio. So we're just going to have a quick stream tonight. And what we are working on today, as usual, in the evenings, I will continue working on a track that's in progress, so one that's already been started, and often one that's had some work done in it already. This today's track we're going to listen to is called, I think we've listened to this one before, so we're just coming back around again now to the tracks that are in progress. We keep working on those until they're done and ready for release. One of them that we've worked on previously called Power Laws, that's now in release, so that's ready to go. This one, Have Fun Staying Poor, or HFSP, is still in draft, so it's pretty much together, as in everything that's in there needs to be there to make it a complete idea. The arrangement is done, but last time we looked at it, or listened to it I should say, and it needed some things trying out to see, because it wasn't quite there as far as its actual arrangement goes. It just didn't feel like it was complete. It didn't return back to parts that we wanted to hear. Parts that we want to hear again didn't come back in, so we sorted that out last time. We've left it for a few days, so we're now going to listen to it again. Now we've done that work and see how it's sounding and see if it's done, as in done enough to make a decision on whether it's going to be worth working on it further and putting into and listen to it to see if it's worth working on it further to make it ready for release, or we put it back in the sketchbook. So we're just going to have a listen and see how it sounds. If you've got good headphones, put them on. If you've got good studio monitors, then turn them up, because this your input is always valuable if you are watching. Okay, so in my mind, that's pretty much done. The idea is there. The arrangement works. Yes, it needs a bit of love. Needs a few tweaks here and there. The ARP at the beginning, I changed the pattern a little bit because it wasn't playing as full as I wanted it to. Now it sounds a bit much, but only in comparison to what it was, rather than as it sounds independently. So we need to give it some time now, but I think I'm happy with that. I think that's done enough. So we're going to stick that in our done file, done column. Does that automatically, as you can see, and now it adds a date 3 days from now, but I want to give that more time. I'm going to change this automation. I'm going to give that a week before I listen to it again. That gives us some time to work on other things. So unfortunately, it's a bit of a listening session this evening because I haven't got anything ready to work on that I haven't listened to first. So my apologies if this is a bit dull for you. But this one is still in the discovery process. So last time I listened to it, and last time we worked on it, it wasn't quite in a draft form. So it wasn't quite, the sections weren't all complete. It wasn't quite ready to be worked on as a draft. It was still trying to figure out whether the sounds were working or not, and whether the general composition of the elements was working enough to move it forward. So we're going to listen to this one now, and we'll hopefully make some notes. Before I do start listening to it, I'm just going to load up the project ready to go over here, because this takes some time to load up. So let's find it. Open live set, progress, in progress, anti-fragility. So this is only, as you can see here, this has only had 3 sessions. I'm not going to save that because I haven't touched it. While that's loading up, we can listen. So again, my apologies if you're expecting me to be working on tracks straight away. But unfortunately, this is how it works sometimes. Got a limited amount of time to work on tracks. Unfortunately, you're joining me for some of it. So let's go to screen 2, and we're just going to play this one. Well, there we have it. So, difficult one because I'm not really feeling that tune very much, but that's probably because I've heard it quite a bit recently. Although I haven't listened to it since... When was the last time I worked on it? Let's have a look. So, February the 2nd. So, yeah, it's been a little while, but it feels like I've listened to it a lot. And it's not there yet, but I think it's pretty much done as an idea. I don't think I need to worry about drafting it any further or changing the arrangement to make a judgment on whether it's worth releasing, and therefore working more on it, because I'm not going to work on it more if I don't believe it's strong enough to release. So again, in this situation, we give it some time. So I'm going to stick it in. I don't think I'm going to even stick it in draft. I'm going to put it straight into done, and we're going to put a week timer on it, because as I said, the arrangement's okay. It kind of works. I don't want to waste any more time on it without figuring out if it's worth it or not. So let's give it some time, and we'll work on it if it's worth it. So not much left to do actually. Today. We could listen to some more splurges and choose some more tracks. So we need some space. We need to fill these slots up with a couple of tracks to work on, because we've got nothing to work on tomorrow or the next day if I don't put something in there. But I think it's unfair for you to sit through any of my terrible ideas. I think I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to listen to these another time, and we'll call it quits. So we haven't actually done any production. All we've done is listen, but sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes you need to just sit down, listen to what you're doing, and not worry about working on things all the time. You know, by listening to it and taking a step back from the actual looking at it and working on it as a project, it gives you some distance, and you can decide on what you want to do with it next. So in this case, both those tracks are done enough to think about and make a decision on later. I'm pretty confident that one of those will go through. I'm pretty confident the other one won't. But let's give it a bit of time, and let's not use what I'm thinking of them now to make the judgment, but let's give it a week and then we'll think about it. So I'm going to get some tracks ready for next week for you guys. So we'll be working on some new stuff. Not the same ones we've been working on for the last God knows how long. I've been a bit slack this weekend, so I didn't do any work, so I'm really behind in getting new things through the process and giving you something interesting to watch. So I promise I'm going to make that better for Thursday. So Thursday, as always, and Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. we'll work on new ideas. 5:30 p.m. We will have a mix, and hopefully I'll get another idea into my live project, so we can try 3 tracks in a live kind of jam situation, along with having a mix on the decks. Have a little chat with you guys. Always good to catch up if you're around, ready to, and you want to send some messages. So without further ado, I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, or listening in today's case.
The fact that Bitcoin is going to be increasingly adopted does not matter. The fact that transaction fees are going down does not matter. The fact that the